So I thought to make a video for those of y'all who might, want to go ahead and hear some mess. And I decided to use a filter or whatever. Hopefully y'all don't mind, but anywho, so I want to tell y'all about some little how interesting this past week has been. I've been getting so many answers to things. And when you go through like a divorce or a breakup, especially after it's been a long one, you obsess about it. You have questions about it, even though it's like the dude is my ex-husband is completely disgusting, but it's like you still have those moments when you're thinking about stuff. And I got a lot of answers from spirit. But what was even more interesting is he went ahead and he contacted me about the holidays on Thursday evening. Now, ever since I put my foot down and really pressed him for a divorce, because he drug his feet and lollygagged for 2 months. He didn't want the divorce or whatever, but he didn't want to be responsible for the marriage. So, this, what was I about to say? Anyway, so this time of year for a certain type of people, him included, they are under that spirit, they're very low energy. That is why their holidays are mostly during the cold months, is because they are trying to get people like us to participate in their holidays so that they can feed. They're very, very hungry this time of year. They're very low energy. And that's why everybody keeps asking, well, why are the Santa Claus, why are so many black Santa Clauses and black, whatever characters in the store all of a sudden? They're hungry. They've been hungry for the hunger started last year and it's getting worse. We are literally, we've been amongst vampires for hundreds of years. It's not, blood that they're eating. That's their fantasy version of what's really going on or whatever. It's not blood. It's literally the spirit and the life, rhythm, just spirituality, the strength from that they want to feed on, and they're not getting what they want, and they're panicking right now because they also realize that a lot of people are not going to participate this year. They didn't get it from the elections. They didn't, they haven't been getting it throughout the year, and now they're trying to get that last little bit of our energy. So he text to ask about December's holidays, and told me a few days he had taken off of work. And I wouldn't let him have him for Christmas because those fall on my days. But and I have a spiritual responsibility to keep my son from worshiping other gods. But we agreed on, some other days. He cursed. He was nasty. I cursed him back. But then we agreed on these other days, and that was that. Throughout the night, there were a couple more texts or whatever that were very aggressive, and I could tell it was coming from the girlfriend. Because and this has been an ongoing thing. There's been a few text messages that she sent him or sent from his phone. When you've been with someone for 7 years, and known them for 8, when it's them texting or when it's somebody else. So, that was that. And then not yesterday, but on Friday night, I get a text about November. And he had one day in particular, that he wanted, that he had requested off. And I told him, or extra day, and I told him I couldn't do that day. He has been disrespectful. He and this, I'm going to be nice about it, this young lady, this child, have been encouraging my son to call her mom. They've been all types of disrespectful, and it's the holidays, and I don't want them feeding off of my child, or me. So I told him I can't do it. Well, he starts cursing, "F you, bitch," and I said the same thing right back to him. And he continued, and so I cursed him out too, and he shut up. And then he came back an hour later with her too, or whatever, and lying, because I said, you bought him a Halloween costume. I said, but which the costume, whatever, that was what he did with him on his days. Bought him a Halloween costume, but you haven't bought him any shoes, you not bought him any, clothes. He's, that's been me. And why do you feel like it's okay to just pay $75 a month, complain about that $75 a month, and not get your son any clothes, but you keeping up a woman and her 6 dogs? So, he was irate. So, and she was irate because she was texting too. Well, then she just, these demons they have to be seen. They have to come to the front. Especially when you have these controlling spirits that are more of like a feminine type thing or whatever. You see it around a lot of a certain type of woman. But she just had to be. She's been trying to push herself, into my space. Even like back in March, she was saying she wanted to meet me while you're sleeping with my husband. You want to meet me. Just no sense of right or wrong at all. And so that's what you don't have any relationship with him anymore. And I think it's really childish for y'all to be arguing. What did she say? It's really childish for y'all to be arguing, and I wanted to meet you. Y'all don't need to talk about anything but there. I wanted to meet you, and you wanted to believe whatever you believe. I said, there's something really wrong. I said, for you to think that somebody wants to meet you when you're sleeping with their husband, and to sit over there and try to act as if they're wrong for not wanting to meet you, it's something really wrong. But that's how these things operate. They want energy, and she was like, well, as far as I knew, y'all were already split up. And I said, and that's why you don't go sleeping with other people's husbands. It's like, it doesn't, and I'm not trying to be a snob or anything, but I'm gorgeous. I'm smart. I was with him for, years. You should know that I'm not with him because there's something wrong with him. No woman goes and packs up her whole family and everything and leaves the house and relationship she's been putting into just for the fun of it, So she continues, and I noticed a few things, and it was just great to get confirmation and get an idea. She's very jealous and insecure, which is what I prayed for. I prayed for someone who was twice as bad as he was, and oppressive as he was. She's very, very controlling. She's very jealous. She appears to have some type of bipolar or ADHD and a drug problem. She's an animal hoarder. She, and she's just very insecure. And I told her, I said, that's your just desserts, yours and his both. I prayed for this. I said to her, I was like, y'all should have been broke up, but your pride has kept you there, and your pride is going to continue to keep you there because you will forever be worried that I'm coming back. And she said, oh, I'm jealous. And I said, oh, yes, you are very, because why are you texting me? So it was great.